I'm Dan Carlson, one half of Two Kept Men.
I'm John Cadolf, the other half of Two Kept Men.
It's showtime!
Please don't kill us.
From director Rob Zombie comes a journey into hell.
This can't be real, this can't be real, this can't be real.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Hope you like what you see!
We saw House of a Thousand Corpses, which is not really a accurate title. It should probably be called House of 20 Corpses, but that doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Well, no, because under the house, there's that big giant lair of Dr. Satan, and there were thousands of skulls in there.
Yeah, but they actually addressed it later in Devil's Rejects and said that they didn't kill all those, a lot of people.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah, it's almost like the Kill Bill Volume 1 end scene where they kill, where it's the crazy 88. It's like they say that she killed 88 people, but then in the Kill Bill Volume 2, Michael Madsen just says there weren't actually 88. They just call themselves the crazy 88 because it sounds better. So that's what House of a Thousand Corpses. I gotta say that title is so cool that it was supposed to come out in 2002. And I told my boss at the time that I wanted to go see it, and he just said, "What's wrong with you?" I mean, how can you hear a title like House of a Thousand Corpses or The Human Centipede and not think to yourself, I got to see that. It's messed up. I got to see it.
Well, it was amazing and insane, and it's probably one of the most twisted, killer movies that I've seen. Because you have a whole family of wackos and a friend, and then supposedly a whole network of people that are willing to help them in their endeavors. And you have Mama Firefly, you've got Baby, and then you have Captain Spaulding, of course, and then what's the other dudes? Oh, there's Tiny,
Dr. Satan,
Dr. Satan, and then who's the other guy with the long hair?
Bill, I know the actor's name, Bill Moseley. What's his character's name? Otis B. Driftwood.
Otis.
Yeah, and I think that, and I think that Rob Zombie took that, used that name as a tribute to Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, because the other killer in that movie is named Otis. That looks really weird. It's like you have a glass of Earth. He's drinking outer space. He's just drinking. He's drinking atmosphere. He should be.
I'm drinking from the stars.
It's like you should just. I would expect your body to just implode or explode or something to happen.
It's from my invisible bottle.
Oh yeah.
Wonder Woman gave it to me.
Very cool. So
it's a bottle of soda from her invisible jet. Yeah.
Well, I hope it's not the pea jar that she keeps in the back seat.
Okay, so we have Mama Firefly, we've got Captain Spaulding, Baby, Otis, and Tiny,
and Dr. Satan.
He's not a member of the family, though. I don't think
he's just a rogue weirdo that they employ in their basement or wherever.
No, I think they serve him.
Oh, maybe. So it reminds me a lot of like Suspiria. It's got all those bright colors and very day glow, and it's also kind of Natural Born Killers-ish to me. The sense of humor.
Yeah, so it kind of starts off, Baby is trolling around at a hotel, and there's this family there, family of country western singers, I guess. And she starts flirting with one of them, and he takes the bait, and then doesn't take the bait, and then Otis quickly apprehends him.
That's the start of the movie that you remember?
That's the start I
Because
thought I remembered.
the start of the movie that I remember is that it starts with a robbery that takes place at the at Captain Spaulding's place of business. Somebody comes in there to try to rob him with guns, and he says, "Fuck your mama, fuck your daddy, fuck your sister, put your hands up," and he puts his hands up like this. You know, there's a whole big comedic scene there that's the
Why?
first.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and is like, and doesn't he like make them go on the tour?
yeah. Well, okay. So
Okay.
it starts with a robbery. The Captain Spaulding's place is robbed. He takes care of it, and then we go to an opening credits sequence, which is basically a Rob Zombie track with a bunch of weird images. And then as we settle into the story, there's this group of teenagers who are on their way home, but they're running low on gas, and they stop off at Captain Spaulding's gas station,
Right.
where he also has a tour that he's put together with random parts, so that he can call it a freak show. He's like grafted alligator heads onto things and stuff like that. So puts them on the tour. They're excited because they're actually working on a book about roadside attractions. They come in, they do the whole thing. When they come out, their car isn't working, and the only way they can get help is to go to the nearest town, which is where Baby lives, and that's when all hell breaks loose when they get to Baby's house.
That's right. Yes.
I think you watched a different movie. I don't remember the scene you mentioned.
Okay, so I watched the whole trilogy in the past few weeks.
Okay.
So I might be kind of meshing them together a bit.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so then the killing and torture begins. I just think it's funny that when we see Otis for the first time, he's well, it's not funny. It's disturbing that he's in bed asleep cuddling a body.
Yeah. Well, so there's tons of really disturbing ideas in the movie, but Rob Zombie films them in such a way that they're kind of funny. The movie that it reminds me of is Natural Born Killers. It's not as good as Natural, but it has that same kind of off-kilter sense of humor in showing you these really outrageous images and things like that.
Yeah. I just want to make a mention of Natural Born Killers that I find that movie so disturbing.
I don't, partially because of the comedy.
It's what?
I think because of the comedy that it is in place through most of it, I don't find it very disturbing.
Yeah.
I would probably if it were played straight, but it's all satire.
Different viewpoints. That's the good part about this show.
Yeah. If it was just me and another version of me saying what I was saying, then it would be.
Well, and we wouldn't have space. We wouldn't be in space.
Well, I'm not in space.
No,
I'm down. I'm down there.
I'm so high, I make up for both of us. It basically changed horror in some good ways, in that Rob Zombie has such a twisted mind when it comes to writing horror, and as if a family of murderous psychopaths wasn't enough, but underneath their compound is a series of tunnels, an intricate series of tunnels that leads to the lair of Dr. Satan, who is a madman who has in his employ other creatures of massive strength and just huge, monstrous, nasty creatures
video game bosses.
Yeah. And the movie didn't even require Dr. Satan in it. I mean, they didn't even have to talk about it. They could have left out the whole legend of Dr. Satan. They could have left out all of that stuff, and the movie still would have been fantastic. So what else? What else do you have to say about the movie?
I think you came away from it with this how intense it was and everything, and I came away from it feeling I'd watched a comedy. We both liked it, but I think I came away from it with a much lighter reaction. Maybe because
Yeah.
I saw it several times too. So
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, get the horror and all that kind of stuff, or get the humor and stuff too. But I mean, for crying out loud, the guy,
I mean, the
um,
family of killers is obviously a nod to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
right. But what I'm getting at is that the guy takes Otis takes the husband out and makes him dig, and then ends up, cutting his face off, wearing it back to the hotel.
No, that's the Devil's Rejects.
Oh, geez, man.